Okay, my name's Yaina. I have 35 years experience of working with drug, alcohol and mental health. I have 15 years lived experience of having a heroin addiction and any other drug I could get hold of to pump into my system because I didn't like myself very much. Now, I look at where I am now and where I began, which was growing up in a very dysfunctional family home. In fact, I can feel myself just going all queasy now because I can feel tears coming. It's not going to happen, don't worry. But just taking myself back and reflecting back to that period, I can see myself as a 6-7-year-old child trying to protect my mum from the beatings and the hidings that my dad used to give. I just felt so hopeless because I was only small. My brothers as well, we all used to try. Anyway, we grew up in a very dysfunctional family because of the domestic violence. So you could say adverse childhood experiences, which we didn't know at that time were adverse childhood experiences. So you're labelled a troublesome child, a rebel, you'll never achieve anything, the only place you'll be ending up is in prison. Nobody sat me down for one moment and said, Yaina, what's going on for you? Had they done that, I would have told them. So yeah, I became a rebel because I didn't know what was going on with me. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was told there was things wrong with me. I didn't understand how to manage my feelings, how to not get angry, how to make sense of what had been happening to me as a child growing up. So of course, I had all this underlying emotional health issues, I suppose, underlying mental health problems, which I didn't know at the time as a child. On reflection, had I known even a little bit of what I know now about mental health, my life may well have been different. However, my life was meant to be like this. And so what I did was, I wanted to make use of everything that has happened to me to help other people. I wanted to give back. So we've got mental health, we've got being in care, we've got being a black young person growing up in a white area, going to a white school, and then we got all the dysfunction and the adverse childhood experience. All of that, then I was looking for a sense of belonging. I didn't find that sense of belonging in the family home. So you've heard my story, and this is why I'm sharing my story, to end the stigma attached to mental health, people suffering from mental health. We know that the stigma is huge across society, but in particular with the ethnic minority community. For instance, somebody with dementia could be labelled demon-possessed. I know my own father who had dementia in Britain. He's from Sierra Leone. So my purpose for being involved is really to break that stigma. There is no shame in mental health, in having a mental health issue. If you leave it, it can get worse. But if you accept and seek help, and the organisations that are out there to help you, then it can be sorted. But what I'm saying to you is, please seek help. We're trying to reduce the stigma in the ethnic minority communities. I want to put out a call to community leaders, to imams of mosques, to faith leaders, to leaders of community groups. We need to break the stigma surrounding mental health. That's what stops people seeking treatment. I'll end with, there is no shame in mental health. So I started as a child with a mental health problem, never achieved anything at school because of the mental health problem, went straight into addiction because of the mental health problem. And then when I finally realised what was happening, I managed to get myself together by seeking the right intervention. I am now 35 years recovered, and the work that I do supports others with drug, alcohol and mental health. Let's end the stigma.